Hello, Ricky Isaan here. A little bit of a problem. The main switch in the power was flicking off yesterday. We went out for dinner, come back on a motorbike, and I left the lights on, but the lights were all off, which I thought was odd. Then we found a switch, flicked it back on, and of course it went back off automatically. So we've got the electrician man's here now from the builders. So we called the builder last night. He sent down the electrician man who's having a look around right now to see what the issue could be. Anyone have any thoughts? Because it's one of those things I don't think you can find unless it's happening. Once we fixed it up, it didn't happen at all again last night. We did unplug all the appliances, turn off all of these breaker switches, and then as I was turning things back on, I found that turning the breaker switch on for the air conditioner in our bedroom triggered it. It went off again. However, we flicked everything back on again, and it didn't happen again. And last night was fine. Like I watched Formula One, I was on my computer doing things, air conditioning when we were sleeping, no issues. So yeah, I'm not too sure what the problem is for the breaker. My only thoughts were it's been a lot of rain the last couple of days. Maybe there's a little bit of water getting in somewhere. That could be triggering it. I don't even know if that's a thing. That's just me with an uneducated sort of guess. So we got the electrician guy out here. He's having a suss where he can and see if we get any resolution. But I've looked in the roof. There's no water, so I don't know. Could be something else. Anyone got any thoughts? Let me know about this one.
จ้ะขอบคุณค่ะพี่ค่ะสวัสดีค่ะ
ขอบคุณครับ thank you
มาจิบม้าผู้เดียวมอไซค์ไหมหมามันก็จีเฮาเนียนกว่า
Don't worry.
ไปขึ้นบ้านไหมยกบ้านไหม
โอ้จ้ะขอบคุณค่ะ
Do you think the house is alright? Just about the lines? Yeah, okay.
I study on Google. They say like you don't want your stuff and they have something. You can set it up more. Gonna make the power like smooth, not like this, like high.
Lou, why would it happen from PEA? Is it just like there's not enough power in a village, or?
Like the power is come here. Like sometimes enough, sometimes not enough. That's why it's cut off. But they check every room. They said nothing.
Yeah, well, when we went out, we just had the front lights on. That was it. So that's why I was going to say when he was checking everything that I don't think it was anything triggering it. It was just we had the lights outside. I thought there was a snake there, and that fell over. It made a noise like a snake. When our power triggered off. How we going? Yeah, it was just literally, I think we just had the front lights on because we went out around 6:30 or something, and we were coming back when it was dark. And then my only thought was if water possibly got in there, being outdoor lights. We've had a lot of sideways rain. He says it's likely something from the actual power mains that's causing it. Perhaps the power coming down the street isn't, or was lower than usual or something. I don't know. I'm not an electrician, but hey, we called them and they come down to try and find the problem for us. So that's pretty good. Everyone says once you finish your build they won't return. Well, yeah, we called them and they came. So that's a good little tester there. We do have like a 2-year warranty on the house as well. And the guy who owns the company, the builder, he's married to the mother-in-law's cousin or something. So he's got some family connection there where it'd make it difficult to sort of shaft us, I guess. So yeah. The in-laws will be at the farm this morning. I slept in. I woke up at 9 today. I don't get that luxury much anymore, and it's twin day. So I'm going to go get the twins. The other concern was Room 2R was worried maybe they didn't hook it up properly, but looks normal to me. So I don't know. We'll monitor it, see if it keeps happening, unless anyone's got any thoughts or comments on what the potential issue could be. But yeah, we've lived here over 2 weeks now, and it was just yesterday. So I thought it was odd. But I also said we better call the guy. We better get someone to to have a look, because you don't want that being an ongoing issue, do you? Over by the Great Wall of Chayapum, we lost a bit of soil too. So yeah, I've actually filled it in. A bit of soil eroded out, which is good, I think, because it means the water goes out fine on the heavy rains. So I think just let it keep eroding a bit and setting, and then cover this with stones soon, because the stones let the water all run out, don't they? So the stones won't hold back the water like, you know, dirt does. And it can be my parking spot, eventual roof maybe in a year. I don't know, maybe we don't even bother out the roof. We might get enough shade from the tree, rather than listening to tin at night when the rains come. But yeah, the problem at the back, that's gone. It's just I was surprised to see that. It was quite a decent little hole that eroded out just from one of the night's rains. Got time for a morning bike ride. Certainly something I need to do a bit more. Let me tell you a bit about these villages. Culturally, where we're living, here in this village, our home, they speak a dialect of Lao. So it's more like the Lao language. They still can speak and understand Thai language, and that's what they learn at school, but they speak Lao if you speak to the locals. Hello. Let's get out on the main road. Hello. Hello. Motorbike repair shop there. The village car wash, which I can't believe the village has a car wash. It makes my life very easy. But we'll head up here, we'll head to the next village up, which is probably 2 kilometres, maybe 1.5 kilometres away. And let me tell you what they speak over there.
Out on the street corner again, I turned around to see my friend. Some get forward, some get low. No one knows which way to go. Walk you to the break of day.
So the next village up, it's only about 2 k's away. I mean, it's not far at all, is it? They speak a Korat dialect, believe it or not. So we're still in Chayapum. If anything, we've moved further into Chayapum. They speak Korat. It's I don't know, when the wife told me about this, I thought it was a bit bizarre. Now, of course, village to village, they can still understand each other. I guess for my Australians, it could be similar to, like, I guess Victoria or Melbourne and people in Adelaide. You know, we've got a few different words for things. In Melbourne, we call these power poles, and I think in Adelaide you call them Stobie poles. I'd really like to do a breakdown and find out how different the dialects are. But how bizarre is that? Like, these villages have been here a long time. There goes the ice cream man. 11 o'clock in the morning. And they're speaking, you know, a different language. Like 2 kilometres is nothing. You could walk it back in the day before we had transport. How do they pick up different languages? Anyway, there's a road here I want to explore. It might be this one. And I think I can see the River Chi down this road. Little market sort of set up here. There's always food and stuff for sale. I've never explored the surrounding villages, so it's a good time for me to explore. That's a nice house, isn't it? And they're building a nice one next door. That's all right. Anyway, aha, I see the bridge. So that would be the River Chi right there. We've got a barber shop in this house. So we are far enough from the River Chi that it's not a concern. What is this here? That'd be like community space of some sort, wouldn't it? They must overlook the river. So this would be the River Chi. Can I get up here with one hand? Oh, it's looking muddy. I feel a bit nervous cycling with one hand next to a bridge like this. But this is Thailand's longest river that remains entirely in Thailand. We got the dodgy power line that someone's put in themselves with sticks running across the river. And this bridge was only built 11 years ago. It looks much older than that, doesn't it? This is only an 11-year-old bridge. I was expecting it to be built in 1973 or something. See, nice having the houses here. Maybe I exploit one of these soys and see if they follow the river. Very muddy with all the rain recently. So this river starts up in the mountains of Chiapoom to the west. So not Tatton, not where the Stonehenge is, but over where people go see the flowers. This runs all the way out near like Mahasarakam. It runs through, definitely through Konkan. I'm going to say Callison, Mahasarakam, maybe all the way out that way somewhere to the east of Isaan, and it's the longest river. Further up that way, so we're more inland in Chiapoom. It's the border for most of Chiapoom to Korat, Chiapoom to Nakhon Ratchasima. And when I lived in the village that the twins now own a house in, this was very close to the house, this river, so I'd often visit it and have a look. But far enough, our village here, where we've built, that we don't have to worry about this flooding, but it could certainly, potentially, you know, block access roads, I guess, going to the city if things got dramatic. But yeah, I've never heard of the flooding out this way before. Lovely. The Ma Noi and the Ma Yai. Angry dogs. Looks like the rain's coming. I thought I'd just take Lou for a little walk. Let's go. Just down the soy to that viewpoint where we look over the rice fields. Hopefully it doesn't rain. And I'm going to go get my daughters. But I'll discuss what other issues were found around the house. Bits and pieces. There's always something, isn't there? But definitely not going to complain about the quality or anything. Only little DIY bits and pieces that we just fixed up ourselves. Let's go, Lou. Got the little milkman here. Sells milk and drives around. I won't buy a bag of my Meiji because I'll finish it all in 2 days. But I think the wife is buying some Yakult, a bag of Yakult for the twins. They quite like their Yakult. Look, come on, let's go. I will say this house here, before I decided to go down the house build route, we were considering potentially renting that. So that's a late aunt's house, and no one was living there. And yeah, some sad circumstances happened with people in the village, and there's a family living there now. Luca, come on. Always waiting for this guy. Come on. You excited to go for a walk? Hurry up, mate. Walking heaps, and it's crazy. Well, it's not crazy, but it's a big difference in how much we're spending. So we're not talking about rent and all that, but just the food. I reckon we've halved our food costs being away from the city. Just simpler foods. I don't have access to that big night market every night. I miss a mango sticky rice though. I loved my mango sticky rice, but yeah, I'm eating way less. Food is generally cheaper as well in the villages. Every meal is at least 10 baht cheaper per person, and yeah, it really adds up. You'd be surprised. So, very happy with the move to the village, regardless of having a house or not so far. Hence, if we did move into that rental, would have still had this lifestyle, but it's seriously a big fixer-upper of that house that I showed you. So, if we did move into there, yeah, quality would not have been great, and probably would have been a lot of things to fix and add on to a house that isn't ours. Someone's out in the fields there. Let's go back home, I'll have a look at the house. I'll show you guys some issues and some surprises so far of the house. So lemon tree's doing alright, considering we've had some storms, we've had some rains. But the house, problems we've picked up with the house. And things have surprised me. It surprised me how cool it is in there. In consideration, we still get the days where the sun comes out. It is cooler, but I'd like to see really how it goes in the hot season. So in the March, April, to be honest with you. But yeah, the tiled roofs, they make a big difference. I know everyone waffles on about the AAC blocks. I'm not saying the AAC blocks can make it cooler, but we went to cheap grey blocks, and yeah, with a tiled roof, it's heaps better than the tin roofs that I've lived in previously, and even better than the last rental. the last rental quality wasn't really there, I suppose. But as I've said many times in the videos, besides the noise you hear now, people working with aluminium over there, they make guttering. Besides that, there's no noise. I can't believe how quiet it is. And a lot of things have surprised me with the house so far. One particular surprise has been the slats. So these slats we have in our cheap kitchen add-on here. This was a very cheap kitchen we added on for 80,000 Thai baht. And these slats, there's not much to them, they just slide shut. You can see the gaps. With the heavy rains we've had, obviously we shut it, no water gets in there, which I can't believe, because there's nothing there. There's no silicone, there's no plastic sealant, there's no rubber. It's still open. I can feel the air from the cooler kitchen coming through the bottom there. But it's just surprised me with all that heavy rain and it coming in sideways that we haven't had water in the kitchen pull up at all. So the slats, I don't know, they're simple. I did see them on social media previous to us even building a house. There's not a lot to it. Very easy to fix later on if it, there's an issue. It's just aluminium frames. I could almost fix it. And it's just surprised me the how well it does holding back the elements. Could that be, I guess, the builder's quality? I don't know, but it surprised me a lot, to be honest with you. One issue we have noticed, and it's not a huge deal, it's something we could have whinged and moaned and got the builders to come fix up for us, but very easy to do ourselves, is the, we call it the grouting. So I just noticed with bits and pieces in the tiles that some of the grouting wasn't too spot on. And even we had a few ants, so you'd see a hole and ants coming out of it. So we re-grouted those little holes up. We put in like a medicine to kill the ants, of course, too, first. And any of the grouting that, probably could have been done a bit better, we have fixed up too, just to hopefully look after the long-term quality of the bathrooms. So this is with the concrete roof. There is some insulation in there. Again, with the western suns, there have been some sunny days. I guess the temperature has been down since we moved in, but yeah, I can't say I've noticed any issues with temperature in this room. A Thai person commented that she's worried Lily and Daisy will get dehydrated in here with the flat roof. I was originally going to pop them in here, so this is my office space, which has the tile roof, but I don't want to be by the water tank, and I got a nicer view here when we do open the curtains. But again, no issues. We've got AC, of course, fly screens to have the windows open, and yeah, it's a surprise with the temperature of the house so far being open without any trees. And the fly screens, they're a lot better than what we have. So we only really worry about them at night. Like during the day, I'll keep them shut because it keeps the dogs in. My twin daughters, the girls, have been mucking around with them a bit, so we're a bit worried about the door. So we have been, I guess, not using it as much during the day when the twins are with me, Monday to Friday. But at night, you get tiny insects here in Isaan. Those tiny insects do get in a bit. So it's just, do you want the window open with the breeze, or do you want to keep the tiny insects out? So it's not 100% bug proof, but we don't have any mosquitoes, we don't have any flies. It is pretty good. And you notice a lot of geckos hanging around here at night because that's where all the bugs are sitting. They sit up on the window. Part of that is if we want to have the porch lights on at night, we'll get they're really bright white LED lights. That attracts the bugs big time, so we get a lot more bugs, I guess, coming on the door and windows. Usually I just run the front porch lights. We do need to add in some lights. I was thinking about it yesterday. Do we even put some lights on the power poles? Because it's pitch black dark, and I wouldn't mind putting some, solar lights along the wall. I think that'd be a nice touch. I must say, I can't complain. I'm happy with all the plants. We've got housewarming gifts from a lot of people, plant-wise, and this adds a nice little touch to the front porch. A negative is the dogs. The dogs have probably been sleeping at our house and not looking after my wife's mum's house. I think that's just me. Unfortunately, I'm too much of a carer, a lover of dogs, and the dogs love it. But we are happy, we are home. Day to day, I'd say it's a very boring lifestyle that most people would not enjoy. A lot of foreigners will move to Thailand having built a house in the village, and then they can't live here and move back to the city. I see it regularly, and I'll see it regularly on community Facebook groups. So people will be posting in groups as they move to town, here to Chaipoom, where can I buy this, where can I buy that? A year later they're posting, I need a removalist company, I'm moving to Rayong, you know, like they just, I don't know, do they need the nightlife? They need more, I don't know, of a social life of other foreigners. For me, I'm probably just a bit of a weird fella, happy on my own. This village, as I've said many times, it's got to be 10 times bigger than the Twins village where I lived in for a solid 2 and a bit years, didn't I? Close to 3 years. This village would probably have, I don't know, 500 to 1,000 homes, I'd say. The Twins village probably 50. So it is a big difference to me, and I did well, and I thrived and survived in rural Nakhon Ratchasima previously, and now I'm here in rural Thailand. But it is rural, it just doesn't necessarily feel super rural with all the people and houses. And then coming with that, it just surprised me how left alone we are and how quiet it is. No one really comes here. I thought, you know, with the wife's family, like the parents, you know, I'll see them sometimes once a day, which I think is low. I thought, you know, I'd be seeing them all the time. But, you know, I thought it'd be aunts and cousins and everyone popping around, friends, but yeah, it's so quiet. And the parents, they're more, I'll see it more when the twins are here because they want to spend time with the twins. They love the twins. But yeah, I'm sure we'll have more issues along the way. What do you think I should be looking out for long term? There's always going to be maintenance, and I must say, 10 out of 10 move by Rung Tiwa to paint the bricks. I know it copped flack at first, but I see the original style of these bricks often now around town at other houses, and they look rubbish in 5 years' time. Even Rob Harris, who's in Chaipoom too, you emailed me some pictures. Those goldy, creamy coloured bricks, they start picking up like a black soot almost on them, and they look rubbish. The black, it's just gonna be black, and what's the worst? You just repaint it. Even in the city, I've noticed it a lot. And yeah, I don't know if it's the sun, the rain, or a mixture, but they start to look rubbish after a while. But anyway, I'm off. I'm gonna go get my daughters now. Hopefully I'll get some Dad and Isaan vlogs out for those of you who love to watch the life of me being a father. Stay tuned for the next one. Hope everyone had a great weekend, and bye bye. Take care, guys.